we had a local process manufacturer here in Orlando. They were running about 60, 70 million a year, about 150 employees. But one of the things is they were using disparate systems to run their manufacturing process, from a sales order management process, piece of software that their salespeople like to use for their reasons, an inventory management software that their inventory guys likes to use, and of course you had the back office accounting, QuickBooks, which a lot of people use. So they hadn't developed into moving into a large ERP system yet in order to keep costs down. So we had to roll in there and first consider what could we do to get these systems talking better and get the financials to correlate better with what was going on with the company. So one of the first things we had to do is just get the accounting caught up and under control. But in doing that, we noticed there were a lot of cutoff procedures between the different systems that were kind of happening within the company, and we had to change that. We had to put in better processes so that, for instance, they weren't selling inventory before it was shipped in the accounting and inventory management system. The inventory management system knew better, but the accounting system didn't, versus the way they were communicating with each other. So it was basically walking through the entire process and understanding how the systems were talking to each other in order to keep the costs down before they go to a larger ERP system, get that cleaned up, and get their inventory counts in order by doing cycle counts and year-end inventory physical counts, and slowly over time cleaning up the issue. So now they have a better, with their existing systems, a better inventory handle on their inventory, their valuation, etc. Now, why is that also important? At the same time, they had a typical line of credit, which is usually based on a client's accounts receivable balances. They weren't taking advantage of their inventory balances for working capital and leverage. So as we began cleaning up the inventory reporting and the inventory valuation summary, we gained going to a separate, a different bank, and able to leverage their inventory to bring in more working capital for the client, which of course gave them a lift in terms of being able to grow and continue on and helping their financial forecast. Well, I think first is just getting better people in the accounting personnel, improving their accounting personnel. I didn't mention it, we hired him a controller, more qualified for an inventory type situation with a client. We evaluated their processes throughout the manufacturing process, correlating with how the systems were set up, and improved the processes so things would go smoother through the 3 different systems. And then I think, negotiating the bank loan and, bringing banks to the table and financial institutions that could give them the collateral or giving the financing on the inventory collateral.